Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm back to my old recording spot and I'm just having a lazy Saturday in my robe, no makeup. It's not that I don't care, it's that I'm trying to catch up on these Real Housewives of Miami recaps. This is episode 3, Painted with Pride. The thing about this show is I like this show. I think it's fun, it's light so far, but not a lot is happening. It's just like a lot of like exposition and getting to know the characters again. I feel like it's really Alexia who has like the most going on with the wedding and a fiance and son who don't get along, and an ex-husband who's passed away who has an alleged gay lover that she wants to meet. It's like a lot that's going on with her. Everybody else is just kind of there. But I mean, I enjoy it, just trying to catch up, but I think this will be a really short review. I'm gonna try to keep this under 10 minutes. Start your watches. Let's see if I can do it. Let's talk about Larsa first. She wants to sell her Miami mansion. It's the house she built with Scotty, her estranged husband. They're not divorced yet. And it's just too big of a house, too much of a house for what she needs. So she invites Sean, the real estate agent, over to look at the house and assess how much they can put it on the market for, because they put it on the market before for 12 million and Scotty wants to up the price for 14. And Sean is looking around wondering why, because the house, like, how is that price increase justified when the house is super dated? And I agree. I think the land itself and the house is beautiful, but the accents and the decor is a little dated for my taste. And not just that it's dated, it looks like she hasn't really been living there, or nobody's really been living there really for a while. I think she moved in recently so she could film this show, because certain rooms they walked into, like a living room, it was big and empty with just a couch and a coffee table. So Sean tells her if she can spruce it up and jazz it up, they could maybe put it on the market for 14 and see what happens. I mean, it'll be fine. They'll sell it, and she says they'll split the money right down the middle, 50-50, her and Scotty. It won't be a problem, and she could start looking for a new place to live. So that was pretty much it with Larsa. You know what I mean? Like, okay, cool, you're selling your house. Who cares? It's like not a storyline for me. Anyway, let's move on. Lisa and Nicole meet up for a play date. Lisa has 2 young children and Nicole has 1 young son. So they meet up at a hotel. Of course, they bring their nanny so the 2 of them can go off and have a drink and, I guess, really get to know each other more. Their conversation is just about relationships, and Lisa's wondering how long Nicole has been with Anthony, her partner. Do they ever want to get married? And she shares about she almost had a divorce. And anyway, we learn a little bit more about Nicole, though. She says that when she was younger, I think around 7 years old, her dad was arrested and sent to prison for conspiracy and money laundering, and that really like pulled the rug out from under her and her mom, and they were left with nothing. She would go visit him in prison, but it was very traumatizing, and all that left her with the need to have her own when she grew up, so nothing could be taken away from her again, and she wouldn't be left destitute, I guess, the way she was when her dad left. Hence why she's a doctor, she has her own money, Anthony has his own, what's his is his, what's hers is hers, but they can come together and share it and be fine. That's why she doesn't really feel the need to get married, and that's fine. Totally cool. I've got no problem with it. So they just sort of cheers to their great life and their great relationships and being great moms and having great kids. And isn't life great? Yes, life is great. Good for you. Not much more to say about that. The episode opened with this sushi and sake party where it left off. And I guess we could talk about Alexia now. She's letting the women know about the night that her 2 sons smoked out a little too much and Frankie passed out. They had to call the ambulance. It was emotional and scary. And in that moment, Todd, her fiance, went off on Peter, her oldest son, and was calling him a loser, always gonna be a loser just like your dad, and that Herman left you so much money, so now you could just be a bum for the rest of your life and waste your life away. Saying all these things, mean things, probably unnecessary in that moment. What can I say? Emotions were high, people were stressed out. I don't think he should have said those things to him. I think he probably should apologize. I think they need to have a conversation. I think Alexia is stuck in the middle, but maybe she needs to talk to Todd and say it really wasn't your place to speak to him that way. If it's anybody's gonna say it, it should be me. And I don't know, is Peter responsible for his younger brother in that way? Maybe a little bit, maybe not. I don't know. I'm not in that family, I can't say, but I'm sure Peter, as he's a young man, he's an adult, he's over 21, doesn't appreciate his mom's fiance going off on him. Yeah, it's messy, it's a lot. So, but it's not a situation I don't think can't be mended if everybody's willing to apologize and have a conversation. But Marisol says this is just Alexia's life. It's always drama. They go to sit down to have dinner, and Alexia shares with the women that I think Pride Week is coming up in Miami, and there's going to be a Pride event at Wynwood. It's like a neighborhood in Miami, and she's going to be honored with an award because she's always been such a advocate for the LGBTQ community. You know, not just that her deceased ex-husband was possibly gay, rumored to be gay, but also her father was too, a closeted gay man that she didn't know he was gay until he died, and her mom told her. The mom was always trying to protect her, and she feels so bad because she wonders how different life would be for him if he was alive now and he could live his true authentic self. And yes, however, like with Herman, I feel some type of way about her sort of outing these men on national TV. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being gay or it's something you'd be ashamed of, but do these men want to be known as, like, do they want to be outed this way without them there to talk about it? It's like I feel like it's like not her place to share these things. Maybe, I don't know, with her dad, I don't know. Yeah, I know that Herman has other children, grown children from other marriages. Are they comfortable with her just like gonna go meet up with their dad's alleged gay lover, who, by the way, possibly Adriana says she heard that Herman died while having sex with his like boyfriend. I'm just like, yeah, like, dude, now we're just gossiping. Now this is just like salacious rumors we're sharing at the dinner table. And I guess I give Alexia credit because she just doesn't miss a beat and says, well, you know, that's how good for him. It's how we should all go, you know, really happy in the midst of love making. And I'm just, I don't even feel comfortable talking about it because it's like not my business. These men's personal business. And she's saying, you know, in the Cuban community, when she's talking about her dad, it was very frowned upon if you were gay, and there was no way you could come out and do that. And it's just, and maybe if he was alive, he would be out and open and fine, but maybe he wouldn't be. We don't know. Maybe he would still have that mentality that he wants to be macho. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And I don't even know that I'm articulating it very clearly. I don't know how I feel about Lexi coming on here and sort of outing her ex-husband and her dad, and I just feel like it's not her place to do that. I'm not saying you should lie about it. I don't know how I feel. I really just don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about it. I do know that if I were one of Herman's children, I wouldn't appreciate her sort of exploiting this part of his life that was very, at least private. I mean, maybe certain people knew about it and he just didn't want to share with everybody, that she's just exposing it this way. I don't think I would appreciate that. Anyway, she says that they're all invited to come to the Pride event to watch her get her award. So I guess we can talk about that now because it was a really quick segment. Everybody shows up on that day. A lot of them bring like their husbands. Nicole brings Anthony. Like they're all there having a good time. Julia's there. Adriana shows up. Julia lights up when she sees Adriana. They're dancing on each other very closely. They're grinding, they're twerking, they're like looking into each other's eyes. Like it's, and everybody notices and everybody's wondering what's going on over there. Like, what's up with, like, what? Yeah. Marisol says that she knows Adriana to be a very touchy-feely, flirty person, but this is a side she hasn't seen, and everybody's giving them the side eye. And Julia says that, you know, Martina knows that she's a very flirty person. She has no problem with harmless flirting as long as it doesn't come past that. But if she were to ever catch Martina flirting, like, oh, heads would roll. So I don't know about that. That was, I mean, I don't know. It's an interesting friendship those two have. Alexia gets her award. She thanks everybody. Good, great, good for you. Later on, she meets up with Gertie for lunch to go over wedding details. And again, nothing's set in stone. Nothing's been decided on. It's just a lot of talk. Maybe this date, maybe this venue. Maybe my sons will walk me down the aisle. Maybe they won't. It's just so stressful. It's just like, okay, again, like, okay, this is like a lunch about nothing. Like nothing. So that's it. That's it for Alexia. Oh, no. The episode ends because she is getting ready to meet up with Herman's alleged gay boyfriend that he... I'm not even going to go... See, I don't want to spread gossip and rumors. She's sitting there waiting for him to show up to lunch so they can talk and she can get some answers and get to the bottom of it and have some closure. So we'll see that in the next episode. So let's close this out with Martinez Art Show that Adriana has put together. Martina's really nervous because she can't control the outcome of how any of this is going to go. Like when she's going to play a tennis match, she can go in there with the mindset, I'm going to kick butt and win, and she can do that. But here, you don't know how the art's going to be received, how people are going to like it. You just don't know. And they're running late. Martina's ready to go. Julia and her daughter are still getting ready. Martina's like, come on, let's go. I don't want to be late to my show. She sees that Julia's wearing an extremely low-cut blouse and mentions, hey, that's a lot of cleavage. And Julia's just like, oh, she pulls it up a little bit. They get to the gallery and we see more of Martina's art. What do I think of it? Well, again, they didn't show us a whole lot, but what they did show us, I will say, is her art's very conceptual. It's not so much the technique is amazing and nothing I've never seen before. It's more sentimental. You know, like she has this piece where it's, you know, laid with the dirt she first stepped on when she learned how to play tennis, and it's her tennis racket and things that are like very personal to her. So if I were a Martina fan, I would love something like that. But it's the idea of it, not so much the execution of it. I don't know if that makes sense. She has other pieces where, you know, she threw the tennis balls with paint, so it creates some sort of, you know, canvas with mixed colors, and that's fine and all. And then she'll have like a net full of the balls she used to create it. So it's like, I mean, it pulls it together, and it's like, okay, it's, like I said, it's more conceptual. It's more the idea of the art than the art itself, if that makes sense. It's not terrible. I don't think it's horrible. And there seemed to be some interest there. It's fine. You know, there's a really good turnout. It's so funny because at this gallery opening, everybody's so like dressed so bright. It's like, you know, just Skittles everywhere, like a rainbow of Skittles. Everybody's just so bright. Everybody shows up. Adriana shows up with Jacob, a man she's been dating now for 3 months. She says that she has not slept with yet because she has a 4-month rule that you have to be dating her for at least 4 months before they can get intimate, because she wants to know that they're not just there, you know, to hook up, have sex. It's fine. So she shows up with Jacob. She didn't let Julia know she was bringing a date. So Julia is caught off guard. I didn't know she was bringing a date. Like, it's fine. It's fine that you can bring a date, but you're my best friend. Why wouldn't you tell me you're bringing a date? Well, you know, slipped my mind. Maybe it was last minute. She seems a little like annoyed, but gets more annoyed when it turns out that another one of Adriana's boyfriends that she's dating, this one for 2 months, Thierry, he shows up. I don't know if he showed up unannounced, like as a surprise, but Adriana was just like, oh my gosh, Thierry, this other guy I'm seeing, he showed up. So now she's got to kind of got both of them on opposite sides of the room and tells the girls, like, don't tell this one that one's there. And now Julia's really annoyed because this is Martina's opening. You should be working. This isn't, you know, Adriana's Tinder event. And so she's bothered by it. And I don't know if she's just bothered because you should be working here and selling this artwork, or she's bothered because, you know, this person she might have a little crush on is, you know, her attention is elsewhere, not on Martina's work or on Julia. I don't know. That was pretty much it. Everybody came to support, and it looked like a fun night. Martina gave a nice little speech, and it was a good turnout. I mean, it looked like, hey, looked like fun to me. And that was it. That was the episode. Did we get under 10 minutes? I'm not sure. I have to edit it and find out, but let me know what you guys think of this show. I feel like most reviews are going to be short like this because it's just not a whole lot going on. We're still getting to know the girls, I guess, and their lives, and maybe it takes a little bit to get back into the swing of things as far as drama goes. And I'm not asking for lots of drama and cat fights, but yeah, it's not a lot. So rate, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Bye.